Good morning, Mike Wintch here, Planning Ops Trainee with California Team 5. I have your August 30th operational update on the coffee pot fire. We had some growth since I last spoke to you, 1,311 acres, and that's bringing us up to 6,994 acres. Our personnel on the assigned to the incidents remained a bit static, and we're still at 1,419 folks assigned to the fire. We are showing 3% containment on the fire, so we're moving in the right direction. Yesterday was a big day for us. We pivoted from building that larger box of primary containment line, and now we're starting to do the planned ignitions. Yesterday we started up at H3. We've talked a lot about that up at Case Mountain up in the high country. We had put some fire and gotten a test fire going and established a little bit. Yesterday's day shift grabbed that and started working it down the ridge line that we had put in place to try to bring our box in a little bit tighter, and then handed that off to night shift, and they were able to get fire all the way down to Case Mountain Road. So this all got pushed in, and we have good depth on it, anywhere from 1,000 feet up top, and it narrows its way down into the most recent fire that was put down to 100 or 200 feet. And what we're looking for there is getting the good backing fire, and we're looking for anywhere from a minimum of 300 to 500 feet of depth. In the event something runs up this way, we want that line to hold. So we'll continue to let that back. Yesterday we also got some fire going into the sequoia groves up top and having good fire effects in there, low intensity, low flame lengths, backing through the sequoia groves. So that committed us. We did put fire on the north side, so that's going to commit us to now taking fire down towards Mineral King Road, which is a planned event. Coming up top, Mineral King Road. Continuing to prep that. We're looking maybe 2 more shifts and we'll have that wrapped up to our line that goes down into Horse Creek, which is in place, and that's going to get some hose lays put on that. Some folded tanks up top you probably see on the road if you're driving in the area. Our folks out here at the Spike Camp, we still have the 3 fire use modules, and they continue to finish this work. And this is anticipated to be tied into Horse Creek by early next week. And that will complete this containment line, this planned containment line, and providing that protection to the community of Silver City and individuals out here on Mineral King Road. You can see our containment here, our 3% containment. We're hoping to increase that in the next few days with what we have going on right now. Moving south, Scratch Creek, as we've talked about, has been a holding feature in the past on fires in this landscape, and it's working again. Fire is holding for the duration of Scratch Creek, which we'll talk about in the future here. South Fork Drive received natural fire. This was natural fire that came down and backed and got into the grass, and the wind started moving it around. Our forces on the ground did a great job yesterday of holding South Fork Drive as fire moved around. We put aircraft in the air right here, and you can see a straight line right there. That's straight because it ran up and hit a ridge, and we put that in check with helicopters. And by buying time, by putting this out and holding it right there, and this was the good coordination and communication with folks on the ground, it allowed folks up top the time to safely bring this down without this lower fire running up at them. So a lot of good coordination and communication on the line yesterday. Today, going forward, the name of the game is going to be holding everything that was lit on the ridge and along South Fork Drive. Night resources, as I speak right now, are still out on the ground holding that line, and we have day going out to relieve them. And that'll be an all-day operation of holding what was put in place. We will monitor the interior here, and as needed, we'll put either helicopters or we'll utilize drones, and we'll bring that fire down as needed. But the hope is to let that back naturally. So big presence in here holding that. Moving north, we're going to continue to facilitate fire moving through these groves. We want it to do it gently. And then transitioning this evening, we're going to start bringing fire over to Case Mountain with the objective of trying to get it evened up with this backing fire right here. Our primary objective today is holding what was lit yesterday. Our secondary objective is putting this fire in check that's backing down towards Mineral King Road. We're going to, as soon as the smoke clears up, our goal is to get helicopters and or the scoopers and start checking this fire up so that it doesn't have the opportunity to run up towards these groves. which is why we're in here now, kind of backing fire down to eliminate that threat. We'll continue with the prep on Mineral King Road, and then, of course, continuing to bring that work down to Horse Creek. A couple features as you move around out there, especially going into Labor Day weekend, we're going to have a whole bunch of traffic out here, so we're looking for people to really slow down. We've talked to our resources on the ground, just slowing things down on South Fork Drive and Mineral King Road. We do have a couple traffic control points that have been put in place due to various levels of warnings and orders. You'll find one out on South Fork Drive, residents only past this point. And a bigger one here is out on Mineral King Road right at the park boundary. We're going to have a traffic control point that's only allowing residents in. Your best bet is to get up and look at the National Park Service website on access, who they're allowing through this point right here. And that'll be today's update. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Any questions or comments, please put them in below, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.